Yeah, I was in church yesterday just thinking about this game called life and how we're all trying to win at this game called life and how difficult life can be. But I think it's easier to win the game when you know what's up against you. And I think that we all know that we have an enemy that's out there just trying to steal from us, trying to divide us, just trying to take from us at the end of the day. And that if we know that, we know how to kind of combat the things that he wants us to do. Namely, uh, get us in unbelief, get us in um, just despair, um, hopelessness. You know what I'm saying? And if you know that, then you know how to combat it. I just think back to my childhood about the different things that happened with me from different obstacles that I had to overcome. But one of my favorite quotes is from Napoleon Hill, and it says, "Every adversity brings with it the seed of an equivalent benefit." What that means to me is if I have challenges, then that means that I have to see the brighter side of that challenge, or how is this going to benefit me? How is it going to help me? And I just think to myself that everybody's trying to win this game called life. They're trying to win. They're trying to provide for their family. They're trying to achieve a certain level of finances. They're trying to achieve a certain level of status, whatever the case may be. But if you know that every difficulty, every challenge that you face brings with it the seed of an equivalent benefit, then your perspective changes. You start thinking about things different, and you start seeing life different. So when you look at different challenges that come up with work or with your spouse, whatever the case may be, then if you can just look at that differently and look for the bright spot in that thing, then it makes going through that thing a little bit easier. Now, I think about again, I think back to my childhood. Again, I said I had different challenges with learning, um, and kids are mean, right? So when things happen, if you spell something wrong, or read something wrong, or you get the wrong math problem, whatever the case may be, people are going to laugh at you. So what does that do? It makes you kind of draw back and not want to speak up if you have something to say, or you may have the right answer, but you don't want to speak up because the fear is that somebody's going to make fun of you, right? Or if you had challenges in your finances when you were a kid, nothing that had to do with you, but your parents just didn't have it. You had bummy clothes. So your kids are going to make fun of you. If you didn't have the latest thing, or Tommy Hilfiger or Polo, that was it back when I was a kid. Kids might make fun of you, right? Or if you talk a certain way, kids will make fun of you. So what does that do? It makes you draw back. So as a kid, the enemy's working on you from a young age, and you don't even know it. But you don't find these things out until you're older and you're a little bit wiser. And I noticed that now, looking back, how the enemy tried to silence me because I would call myself an introvert. So when I heard that, hey, you need to start a podcast, like, nah, I'm not doing that because I don't really like talking in front of people. That's just the reality of the situation. But if I think back to the challenges that I had when I was a kid, and me being an introvert, um, that was the enemy trying to silence me from the message that I believe that God gave me. He helped me to be good at something to be able to share with other people. So if that's you, if you're going through something, if you're going through challenges, um, if you're going through any type of difficulties, whatever the case may be, try to look at the bright spot of whatever that thing is. The older I get, the more I'm looking at the bright spot of challenges that I go through. For one, it makes it easier to be able to go through that thing, but then also the enemy wants you to be negative. because if you speak negativity, then that's what you're going to believe. So what that means for you, as far as if you're struggling in your finances, if you're struggling in your relationships, if you're struggling in anything, your job, whatever the case may be, try to look for the bright spot in that thing, because just know that your enemy wants to get those bad things in your head out of your mouth, because that's what you're believed for. Bad things always happen to me. If this stupid car always breaks down, those types of things. If that's what's coming out of your mouth, then unfortunately that's what you're believing for. So if you're not believing for that thing, your car always breaking down, then stop saying that. If you're believing for your finances to turn around, then start saying that my finances are turning around. Um, I'm getting promotions, things of that nature. But also your actions need to line up with what you're saying too. So make sure that you're doing that too. I just wanted to, just stop by and encourage you guys, because I was thinking about that in church the other day, about the different difficulties and challenges that I had growing up, and looking back on that, how the enemy tried to silence me. So I just wanted to tell you guys that it was on my heart. I couldn't really sleep last night. Hopefully that helps somebody. Um, Whatever you see right now as your reality does not have to be your reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, my reality as a kid wasn't my reality growing up, or wasn't my reality, excuse me, wasn't my reality as an adult. But I had to make different decisions to um, make my reality something different, if that makes sense. So hopefully that helps somebody. Just wanted to drop that on you guys. Um, yeah.